Hi, I'm Tim with LFX, and today I'm going to try to break this stock. So I have in my hands today a Smoke Composites carbon fiber buttstock for an AR-15. This is the Smoke Composites rifle length stock. I opted for the Magpul butt pad on here. It's extremely lightweight, and when I say lightweight, I mean 7.3 ounces. Now, what is not included is the castle nut and the end plate, so we have to include that. So let me add that. So we're looking at 7.8 ounces. Now, what I usually put on my rifles is the Magpul MOE stock. Now, I'm going to include the buffer tube in the weight because this is essentially just a carbon fiber buffer tube with basically another bent piece to add the buttstock. But if we put that on there, what we get is 1 pound, 1 ounce, 1.7 ounce. So for those of you doing the math, that is a difference of 9.9 ounces. Now, 9.9 ounces may not sound like a lot, but that's over half a pound of weight that you're shaving off of your rifle. The buttstock is probably one of the biggest areas that you can shave weight off of. So that was the first thing that I started looking at when I was looking to shave weight. So all in all, it's extremely lightweight. I'm going to test it to see how it stands up to the mortar strike malfunction test and put it through its paces. But all in all, right now, it seems like it's very solid build so far. I'm going to get this installed in my rifle, and we'll head out to the range to test it out. I am out on the range today, and I am very excited to test out this new carbon fiber rifle stock from Smoke Composites. I've been eyeballing this for a while now. It's a very lightweight carbon fiber stock. It shaves almost 10 ounces off of my previous stock. And for those of you who build lightweight rifles, 10 ounces is a lot to shave off. Now, it was expensive, very expensive compared to most rifle stocks that you're going to buy. So this plus the butt pad is about 300 bucks. So the only thing that I was concerned with that I couldn't find any information on was, could this handle a mortar strike malfunction? So for those of you who don't know, to clear certain malfunctions inside of a rifle, what you have to do is you have to take this, grab a hold of your charging handle, and then slam this down onto a surface, which will assist with pulling open the bolt. I couldn't find anything on YouTube. I couldn't find any written articles about how this thing stands up to those. So with my own money, Smoke Composites did not sponsor this video. They didn't send me anything for free. I bought this, spent 300 bucks on it, and this is the first time that I'm going to test this out. I think what I'm going to do is probably do about 50 mortar strike malfunction clearing tests. Probably check it every 5 strikes or so just to see how it's holding up, and we'll see what happens. I'm pretty excited about this. I'm not really excited about possibly destroying a $300 piece of equipment, but you know, I'm doing it for you guys. So if you're interested in picking one of these up to shave some weight off of your rifle, you can see how it's going to stand up to these. So without further ado, let's get started. I'll film every single one of these strikes. I'll inspect it after every 5 hits or so and see how it's holding up. My guess is that if there's going to be any failures, it's probably going to be either right here where it connects to the actual tube itself. I don't think that's integrated into the tube. I think it's probably put on there with some sort of adhesive. Or it might start separating right here. Now I'm gonna hit this thing on rock, wood, the ground, pretty much everything. You'll see the whole test. I'll show you. I'll film every single one of them, and we'll see what it looks like after every 5 strikes. Hopefully it holds up. I don't build rifles for just the sake of being lightweight. I build rifles for defense. That's my primary goal when I build a rifle. So every part that I buy for a rifle has to hold up in, you know, in a life or death situation. So for this, yeah, it might be great for, say, 3 guns, competitions, or just plinking at the range or something, but I was interested in it for a defensive rifle. And if this thing holds up, then yeah, I'll go forward with using Smoke Composites in my lightweight rifle builds. So let's see how it does. Well, after well over 50 hits, this thing doesn't even look like it has been used. I'm pretty impressed. I thought for sure I would probably start to see some cracking or something here where it attaches to the tube, but there's not even no stress lines, nothing. And I thought maybe I'd get some separation here, but there's nothing. Function tested it just to make sure that the buffer was running correctly, and it's running flawlessly. I'm pretty impressed. So yeah, Smoke Composites makes a pretty darn good product, and I think I will be using their products going forward on my lightweight builds. This one in particular, I'm really happy with how this held up. Really happy. So now the other question is it worth the money? Well, you kind of have to decide that for yourself. I mean, this was not cheap. Like I said, it was 300 bucks. So is shaving 10 ounces off of your rifle worth 300 bucks? I don't know. And then, you know, obviously there's the question of, oh, what's the big deal with 10 ounces? Well, ounces add up to pounds, and when you're carrying one of these around all day, say if you ever took a rifle class, multi-day rifle class, where you have to have this thing slung around your shoulder for 8 hours a day, 12 hours a day, every ounce matters. And especially when you're trying to do those really accurate shots where you've got to shoulder this thing and hold it for a while. Heavy rifles, man, you just can't stay on target that long. But with these lightweight rifles, you can sit there all day long, make really accurate shots. So 300 bucks, is it worth it? In my opinion, yeah. 10 ounces for 300 bucks. but you've got to decide that for yourself. I am going to recommend Smoke Composites. I'm going to check out some of their handguards next, because that's also some other thing that they make. I was really impressed with this stock. Really impressed with it. So, good job, Smoke Composites. And yeah, I recommend them.